Hi there and welcome to Dinos Vault once again, guys. Today I check out the new Royal Enfield Classic 350, the chestnut color variant that has been launched this year. The other color variant that will be featured in this video is the Lagoon blue color. Now the chestnut red color variant, in my opinion, is a showstopper. Trust me, it looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous in this new paint scheme, and the beauty of this retro classic bike scales a whole new level with the contrast colored leather seats. It looks modern yet magnificent, as well as royal yet ravishing. No wonder the classic continues to set the cash registers ringing despite having been around for so many years. Royal Enfield motorcycles are like a piece of art that have been treasured by bikers over the past several years and would continue to be cherished for the ages to come. I'm pretty damn sure that a couple of generations down the line the classics would still be around and would continue to amaze people, allowing them to experience motorcycling in its purest form and truest sense. The recipe for its success can be attributed to the formula being kept very simple and sincere. There is no state of the art technology or an overdose of electronics which has become so common these days, wherein it almost feels like the motorcycle is riding you instead of you riding the motorcycle. Now, getting into some facts and figures, we'll look at the differences between the Classic 350 and the Bullet 350 just for those who might be curious to know about the same. Now, the engine capacity as well as the power and torque figures remain the same for both the bikes. Design wise, the only difference is that the Classic gets split seat setup whereas the Bullet gets a single seat layout. Dimensions wise, the length of the Classic is up by 40 mm when compared to that of the Bullet. Width is down by 10 mm. Overall height is up by 50 mm. The Classic is 7 kgs heavier when compared to the Bullet. The Classic gets a 19-inch front tire and an 18-inch rear tire, whereas the Bullet gets 19-inch wheels at both ends. The Classic gets an electric as well as a kickstart option, whereas the Bullet gets only a kickstart option. Now, everything else, including the wheelbase, ground clearance, fuel tank capacity, etc., are absolutely identical for both the bikes. Now, to know the differences between the ELECTRA and the Classic 350, you can check out my ELECTRA review. I have mentioned the link in the description portion below. To know the differences between the Classic 350 and the Thunderbird 350, you can watch my Thunderbird review. Now, taking a look at the design of this bike, up front we get the classic and trademark round headlamp which looks striking along with the two pilot lamps. The 35mm front forks look awesome, especially with the black paint serving as a perfect contrast to the dazzling red color shade. The round chrome rear view mirrors too look nice and premium and offer good visibility of the following traffic. Coming to the profile, the retro street styling of the bike comes full circle with the simple yet sublime looking fuel tank. The tank grips are neatly laid out and look great. The chunky side panels form an integral part of the retro styling theme. The brown leather seats look superb, and with these subtle changes, the design now looks more fresh and appealing than before. At the back, we get the round tail lamp setup, which along with the round turn indicators looks classy. The seats are well cushioned and we get separate springs for the rider seat apart from the gas charged rear shocks, which means the comfort doubles up for the rider on this retro street bike. The handlebar is nice and wide and perfectly angled to maximize comfort. The switchgear is of good quality and we do get a high beam flasher as well as an engine kill switch. The instrument console again is old school type with an all analog setup. We just get the speedometer as well as the odometer along with a battery ampere indicator. We don't even get a fuel gauge yet, which is very disappointing. Talking about the engine specs, powering the Classic is an air-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke twin-spark 346cc engine that puts out a max power of 19.8 bhp at 5250 rpm and a max torque of 28 newton meters at 4000 rpm. Now this comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Now talking about how the bike rides, the bike gives us what we expect from a Royal Enfield, which is the unbeatable thump as well as nice and relaxed riding ergonomics. The taller gear ratios can be best enjoyed on open stretches. City riding too is okay provided you get used to riding the bike. The bike weighs 187 kgs, so unless you're a skillful rider or a huge guy, maneuvering the bike in city traffic isn't all that easy. The clutch isn't all that hard, plus we do get a heel and toe shifter which makes gear shifting that much more easier. The engine feels quite smooth so long as you ride it in the right gear and at the right speed. Talking about the brakes, we get a 280mm disc with 2-piston caliper up front and a 153mm drum brake at the rear. The braking performance is decent enough. Talking about the suspension setup, we get 35mm telescopic forks with 130mm of travel up front and twin gas charged shock absorbers with 80mm of travel at the rear. The setup soaks up the bumps effortlessly and overall ride quality has to be one of the best. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get a 19-inch wheel with 90x90 tire up front and an 18-inch wheel with 110x90 tire at the back. Now these are regular tube tires and are not tubeless. However, the larger wheels do result in better high-speed stability. Talking about the mileage claim, there is no official mileage claim as such. One of my friends who owns a Classic 350 claims he's getting close to 40 kmpl, but I believe you can expect anywhere between 35 to 40 kmpl. Please do understand that extracting good mileage depends largely on the way we ride, so please feel free to go through my mileage tips link mentioned in the description portion below. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad for the Classic 350 is around 1.31 lakhs. So that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.